Okay, so wonderful to be with you all again. Happy Valentine's Heart Month. And I've missed practicing with you. I've had a super fun time away and just been very restorative. So for this month and starting up again, I decided to put together a practice that I learned from Lee about self-protection. And so I found a practice that's full of some intentional some wonderful movements and postures for self-protection, for heart protection and cleansing. So I hope you'll enjoy it. Okay, so we'll begin in the usual manner with taking one hand as if we're holding a baby bird and bringing the other behind. Feeling our feet on the earth, letting ourselves arrive. Taking a deep breath, looking around the room. Closing your eyes for a moment. Connecting in with your own yin, your own internal space, your own internal chi. As well as appreciating the energy outside of you. And then we'll go ahead and bow in. And then this morning, as we begin, we'll take one hand representing the body and another hand representing the mind and bring them together at our hearts and just hold that for a moment, pressing your thumbs into the heart, closing your eyes, and just taking note of appreciation of how Qigong allows us to integrate mind and body, as well as work with our emotional body. So breathing into that, and then setting your own intention for this morning. Perhaps it's more openness or more relaxation or more joy. And then take a nice deep breath. And then from here, let's bring our hands up by our heads and take a teeny bit wider stance and just do a little bit of gentle turning with the upper body, coming off that back foot. Nice relaxed breathing. And then coming down with our palms facing the earth, getting that mid-back opening. And then dropping our hands down a little bit lower, bringing our attention to our lower spine, saying hello, curious how it's doing. And then coming into stillness with your legs, but turning at the waist. And this morning, we're doing a little bit of a different version of knocking on the door of life called bear walking, where we're shifting our weight from one side to the other, emphasizing this shifting like a big lumbering bear walking through the forest, where we're getting a teeny bit of this pumping action in our legs as we turn from the waist, continuing to tap our kidneys and our digestion for awakening. Feet planted on the earth as we lumber through the forest like a bear. Keeping your knees soft, relaxed. And then slowing it down. Nice. So we're going to do lots of shoulder opening this morning before we move into this sequence for heart protection. So we'll begin with our wrists, and we're going to just open them up. For any of us that have any arthritis in our hip, making a circle, really loosening them up, appreciating our hands, all the work they do for us these days on the computers, our computers and our gardens. And then we're going to bring the movement, just loosening the elbows. And then we're going to, starting with your left shoulder, we're going to bring the left shoulder up and the left shoulder forward, noticing that the right elbow drops, and then switching, bringing that right hip forward and right elbow forward, and just getting this action of opening up the shoulders, bringing the hip forward with that same elbow. Feeling this nice opening. And this is called unwinding from the center. So we're staying centered in our mind. We're moving from our center as we open the shoulders. And so now we're gonna get creative and change it up and go backwards. So now starting with the left shoulder, we're going to bring the left shoulder back as well as the hip. So just bringing that elbow back along with your hip. Unwinding from your center. Letting your elbow lead as that hip comes back, and then switching. Really feeling into your body, being gentle with it, staying upright and centered. And then relaxing and letting your arms float out to your sides. And then from here, we'll bring our fingers together, hands in toward the heart. Take and relax your shoulders. And then we're going to press our arms forward, sinking the chest and tucking the tailbone. And then inhaling as we come in. And exhaling as we release. Inhaling as we come in. Exhaling as we release. A couple more. Nice big breath. Opening up that upper back. And then we're going to pause here. And we'll start with a turn to your right. So we're going to turn, we're going to stay rooted to the earth, turn to the right, and then turn your head left. And then come back to center. And then pulling with that left arm and turning the head right, doing your mirror image. Inhaling back to center. Continuing to turn, head in the opposite direction. So you're taking that left arm and pulling the right arm across the body, turning the head left or right. Do one more. So inhaling as we come to center and exhaling as you turn arms and head in the opposite direction. And then letting that go. Great. So one of the things that's said and emphasized in Qigong is that, like when we sleep at night, our system gets stagnant, and we're opening up spaces in all our joints in this practice for more space in our minds, more space in our bodies. And so it's been said that water can get stagnant even in the joints of our bodies. And so when that happens, we get stiffer. So good reminder that it's not that we get stiffer as we age, it's that oftentimes we stop moving different parts of our joints and bodies. So love that reminder for Qigong. So in the spirit of continuing to mobilize our joints, we're going to start with your right arm up in the air. And actually, before we start this, if any of you have any shoulder issues, you can just roll your shoulders. So as always, please take good care of yourselves and only do what works for you. So what we're going to do is very simple. We're going to drop the arm and let the hip come forward and then pull it back as the arm comes up. So we're just going to drop the arm, pull the hip back. So we're getting this nice circling action. Again, we're unwinding from the center and we're staying pretty upright. We're just nice big arm circle. Inhaling as you come up and then exhaling as you let it go. Great, letting that hip come forward, the arm drops, and then the hip comes back. Oiling the joints is what we're doing here. One more. Great. And then the other arm. Again, going slowly, we're bringing that left hip forward as we let the arm drop and come back up. So it's dropping, and then we bring the hip back. So nice big circle, engaging the hip, but moving from your center. Relaxing that shoulder, letting it open in its own way. Remembering to breathe. One more. All right, great job. So just shake it out. Okay, so we're going to do one we did in the last couple months for a little bit more stretching for upper back. And it's a good one if you have any rotator cuff issues. Again, always be gentle. So we're going to start with your left hand behind your back, and then we'll be bringing your right hand in front. And you can just leave your hand wherever it's comfortable for your shoulder. If you want to open up the shoulder a little bit more, you can scooch it up with the opposite hand, just to that place where you're feeling you're engaging the shoulder, but no pain, as we say. So just getting your stance. And then we're going to first turn to your right, to your left, looking over the shoulder. And then coming back to center. And turning to the right, looking over that shoulder. Inhaling back to center. And then exhaling as you gently turn, looking over the shoulder. So again, we're rooted like a tree as we make this gentle turning at the waist, looking over the shoulder, opening up the chest and the upper back, and gently opening that shoulder. Inhaling to center, and then exhaling as you open. We'll do one more. Great, and now we'll switch arms, so shake it out. Bringing that right hand to your lower back, finding your own sweet spot where you want it, and then bringing that other hand perpendicular to the chest. Checking in, make sure it feels right for you. And then gently turning, looking over that shoulder. Inhaling back to center. And then exhaling as you turn, looking left. Keeping your knees soft as you do this, and your body relaxed. Finding your own way with syncing the breathing. Ideally inhaling as you come to center and exhaling as you look over the shoulder. One more. And then relaxing, and shaking it out. Okay. So now we're going to bring our hands once again behind our back and do some neck stretches. Again, if this is uncomfortable, you can just grab your wrist or keep your hands on your hips, whatever feels good to you as you work the neck. And this is palms down this way is definitely a bit more challenging. So, right. So we're going to let our heads drop to one side and pause there. I'm just going to do some circling with the head, but let's just take a breath and open up the meridians of that opposite side of the neck, and then gently bring the chin to the chest, dropping the head down, letting that ear come over to the other side, and then back up. And I'm just continuing with this, circling ear to shoulder, chin to chest, and then your other ear to shoulder and back upright, not allowing your head to tilt back. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as you do this. Appreciating that you're opening up this whole cervical area, gently opening up the spaces in the neck. And then let's pause, standing upright. And again, going in the opposite direction, pausing for a moment, letting your ear go toward the shoulder, letting those lines of tension gently open, and then slowly dropping the chin toward the chest. Ear to shoulder, back upright. Finding your own pacing, going nice and slow. Appreciating that you're getting the sides of the neck, the front of the neck. And then dropping the arms and opening it up. Okay, great job. Whew. All right, so now we're going to move into this pressure point sequence. And I love to think that you might just engage this sequence if you need it, it's even separate from the rest of the practice. So what we're going to do is we'll start with your right arm. I'm doing your mirror image. And we're going to take 3 fingers And we're going to place them at the crease of the wrist. And then we're going to take the thumb where our first finger is. And we're going to find this place between the two tendons. And this is called pericardium 6. And we're going to just massage it. So it's 3 fingers back from the crease of the wrist, taking your thumb, and then just giving a little massage right between these tendons. And this is a wonderful little practice for releasing emotional stress. And so as we do this, we're going to take a breath in and let out the ha sound. So let's take a breath and let out ha. And we'll do one more. And then we'll switch sides, again, going to your other wrist, 3 fingers back from the crease, and then taking your thumb to what's known as pericardium 6, doing a little massaging, finding that space in between the tendons, taking a nice deep breath. Together, we'll take a breath and let out. And let's do one more. All right, so the breath, the ha sound is for the heart. And whenever we use sound, that's for purging, cleansing our system. So now we're going to do tapping, that same place at the wrist. Again, for releasing any emotional stress that we might be carrying in our bodies. And then we're going to switch and get the other wrist. So we do this tapping. We're again massaging that pericardium 6 for releasing at the heart. All right, great job. So now we're going to do some familiar knocking at the sternum, knocking at the chest, doing this chi massage. And in a minute, as we do it, we're going to take a breath in and knock harder, hold the breath, and then let out the ha sound. So we're going to go. So let's take a breath, hold it, and knock harder, and then let out. Relaxing. We'll do 2 more of those. And you can tap if that's preferable, if you want to just tap with your fingers rather than knock. So we'll knock, and then we're going to take a breath in and knock harder, holding the breath, and let out. Relaxing. Keeping it going. Great for releasing emotional stress. One more. Nice breath in. Hold it, knocking harder, and then let out. And then let's just finish with a little gentle tapping. Relaxing, letting it all go. Good cleansing, and then relaxing. Now I invite you to just let your arms come down by your sides, close your eyes, and see if you can notice more blood flow in your arms, your hands, and your chest. Something of a nice soft release. Noticing your own chi, your own electricity, your own healing, that you brought some healing to your heart. And this blood flow of the meridians in your arms. Okay, nicely done. So now we're going to move into our shaking. And as we shake this morning, we're also releasing any stress and waking the body. We're really going to let our minds go towards our wrists, really opening them up. So shaking the wrists. And then bringing your arms up. And if it works for you, again, opening out, but just attention on the wrists, really letting them open. And then bringing the arms over the head again, letting your wrists flop. So giving them all this good attention this morning for heart emotional release. And then back down. And then back down by your sides. And then take a nice big breath in and let out the sound ha. So nice big breath. Keeping it going, a couple more. Letting it all go. And then coming into stillness, closing your eyes, letting yourself recognize that you have activated your system, activated your chi for cleansing and healing that is now moving through the meridians of your legs and your torso and your arms and your spine. These 5 pumps are arms, legs, and spine. Letting yourself realize the true, amazing chi that moves through you, that helps heal the body. Great. And so from here, we're now going to move into our flows. And so we're going to keep our feet lined up with our shoulders. And we're going to take those pressure points that we just gave attention at the wrists. We're now going to take that into our flows, continuing to honor relaxation for the heart and for our entire body. So we're going to keep we'll start with our palms down and just let the knees be soft. And we're going to we're going to let the arms come up and then just cross at the heart and come back down. So we're inhaling as we come up, exhaling as we come down. So this is a very simple move. And again, noticing where your mind is, bringing your mind into the practice. So as we come up and we're crossing the heart, we're just letting anything go in the heart and taking it back to the earth for more composting. And if you want, you can switch arms where the right arm is in front across the heart. And then the next time you're letting the left arm be in front. Inhaling as you come up across the heart and then exhaling as you release to the earth. And the whole idea here is that we're being intentional around saying, it's okay, heart. You can let it go. We can let it go to the earth. So we're not carrying it in our emotional body, whatever it is that we know needs to go. And now this time, we're going to come up and then starting to your right, we're going to shift the weight and take it down to the earth and then come back up to the center and shift our weight left. So bringing this little bit of weight shift in as you continue to cleanse the heart. Standing up straighter as you come across the heart, and then gently bending the knees as you come to the side. finding your own rhythm, not worrying about doing this perfectly, just finding what feels good to you for gentle release. Inhaling across the heart and then exhaling as you take it to the earth. And then we'll pause here. And we're going to make sure that we're not, so our hands our wrists are not touching. They're not in here, they're out here, kind of creating a bowl. So we're going to hold the stance now. Relaxing your shoulders and your elbows. Closing your eyes. And the invitation now is to surround yourself with golden light. And this is known as Golden Shield Qigong. So holding this, holding a field of golden light around you for well-being and protection. Feeling the light surrounding you at the sides and at your back, as well as your front. But so often we forget about the sides and the backs of our energy field. Letting yourself remember the reality of this, that it's scientifically known through Heart Math Institute that our energy field extends 12 feet from our bodies. So that's why we feel the energy of others when we're around them. It's a real thing. So giving thanks for our energy field, for the ability to work with it. And then letting your arms come down and relax. I know we're going to do one more flow, working with this light and golden energy. We're going to take a wider stance. And so turning to your right, we're going to have one foot perpendicular to the back one. And again, anytime we take a wider stance, let's just make sure we're going to keep both knees soft, and it can be short, it can be wider. You need to do what's comfortable for you, and do it in a way that your knee does not go past your toes. So we're here in our stance, nice and soft, but we're going to turn to your right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to gently come down toward the earth, crossing the arms just like we've been doing, but coming up and making a circle. So we're inhaling as we come up, and as we shift down toward the earth, we're exhaling. Creating a circle, a larger circle now of golden light around us. Feeling the strength and power of your legs and the flexibility of your body as you open to the above. Surrounding yourself with that golden light, making this big circle. Inhaling as you come up and then exhaling as you move gently toward the earth. And if it's more comfortable for you to do a smaller circle, that's okay. Or to keep it larger. And then turning back towards center, we're going to shift in the opposite direction, turning towards your left. Again, finding that stance, knees soft, and then turning to the left. And then we're going to gently hinge at the waist, coming toward the earth, gathering earth energy, creating that, bringing in that golden light all around us as we circle. Exhaling toward the earth, inhaling as you come up. Keeping your balance, keeping your center. Connecting with the earth and then with the above, seeing light all around you in a big circle. One more. And then back to center. Once again, let's bring our arms up in that protective stance. Wrists not touching, just holding this posture. Again, seeing that golden light all around you. And then bringing your hands down with palms open. And we're going to bring one hand up over the head, down the midline. Doing some centering. Gathering all this wonderful chi that we've worked with outside of our bodies as well as inside. Connecting our minds and our hearts and our bodies. Inhaling as we come up and exhaling as we come down. Nice and relaxed. Integrating all this self-healing and protection. Gathering whatever else it is that you need for the day. Perhaps it's more quiet inside, or more attention, or more playfulness. More relaxation, carrying this relaxation from inside to your outside, to everything you do. And then bringing our feet together, letting our hands rest on our bellies. Starting with your feet, relaxing your feet and your ankles and your knees and your hips and your lower back, your whole spine, your shoulders. Seeing if you can relax so much that you can have the sensation of your head just floating on top of your body. Seeing if you can tune in to the effortlessness of this bamboo sways in the wind. Remembering that bamboo is rooted And it's the wind that moves the bamboo. It's the chi that moves the bamboo. So letting all of your chi settle down into your belly. Letting whatever little swaying is going on be just okay. Nice deep breath. And then relaxing your hands down by your sides. Thank you for practicing this morning. Yeah, have a beautiful weekend. And until we meet again.